Imagine thinking something was gone forever, only for it to crawl, fly, or swim back into our lives from the shadows of extinction. These are not science fiction stories. These are real animals, once thought extinct, that have made the most unbelievable comebacks. From creatures that vanished for millions of years to mysterious beasts hiding in the world's last wild places, here are 10 animals that came back from the dead. Number 10. Wondiwoi tree kangaroo. In 1928, scientists discovered a peculiar species of tree-dwelling kangaroo in the remote mountains of New Guinea. After that, the creature simply disappeared from scientific records for nearly 90 years. It was presumed extinct, a victim of habitat destruction or sheer mystery. But in 2018, an expedition led by amateur botanist Michael Smith trekked into the virtually unexplored Wondiwoi Mountains. There, they managed to photograph the long-lost Wondiwoi tree kangaroo in its natural habitat, still alive, high in the treetops. It had been hiding in one of the least accessible forests on Earth, surviving quietly all this time. Number 9. Cuban solenodon. This odd-looking nocturnal insectivore was once thought extinct in the wild. The Cuban solenodon is a rare venomous mammal that uses its long snout to hunt insects. It was last recorded in the 1970s and had been declared extinct due to habitat loss and predation by introduced animals like mongooses. In 2003, scientists conducting field research in Cuba captured a live solenodon. Not only had the species survived, but it had adapted to avoid human contact and predators. The rediscovery gave scientists a new opportunity to study this ancient, elusive mammal that dates back to the time of dinosaurs. Number 8. Terror skink. First discovered in 1876 on the Isle of Pines in New Caledonia, the terror skink vanished for over 130 years. Scientists presumed it had gone extinct, having only one known specimen to reference. But in 2003, it was rediscovered on a small, uninhabited islet off the coast. This fierce, carnivorous skink earned its nickname from its powerful jaws and sharp teeth, capable of preying on other lizards. It's a top predator in its tiny ecosystem and shows how even deadly species can vanish for over a century, only to return when least expected. Number 7. Lord Howe Island stick insect, also known as the tree lobster. The Lord Howe Island stick insect was believed to be extinct after rats were introduced to Lord Howe Island in the 1920s. These oversized insects, measuring up to 15 centimeters, had been wiped out completely, or so it seemed. In 2001, researchers exploring Ball's Pyramid, a steep and remote sea stack 23 kilometers from Lord Howe Island, found 24 living individuals clinging to a single bush. Conservationists later bred them in captivity, and efforts are now underway to reintroduce them to their native island. Their incredible survival story gives hope for species lost to invasive threats. Number 5. Laotian rock rat. In 2005, scientists browsing a food market in Laos were puzzled by a strange rodent on display. Locals knew it well, but scientists didn't. Later analysis revealed it belonged to a rodent family called Diatomiidae, which was thought to have gone extinct 11 million years ago. The Laotian rock rat, or Carnu, is a living fossil. It lives in rocky limestone areas and had gone unnoticed by science for millennia, although it was well known to local communities. Its rediscovery bridged the gap between ancient evolutionary history and modern biology. Number 4. Takahe. The takahe is a large, colorful, flightless bird native to New Zealand. After extensive searching, it was declared extinct in 1898, presumed to have been wiped out by hunting and introduced predators. But in 1948, a team led by Jeffrey Orbell rediscovered a small population in the Murchison Mountains of Fiordland. These birds had managed to survive in remote alpine grasslands, completely hidden from human view. Since then, conservation efforts have steadily increased their numbers, making the takahe one of New Zealand's most successful rediscoveries. Number 3. Coelacanth. This ancient fish, known from fossils, was believed to have gone extinct over 66 million years ago. The coelacanth was considered a classic example of a long-lost lineage. Then, in 1938, a South African museum curator discovered a strange fish caught by a local fisherman. It was identified as a living coelacanth, with lobed fins and a bizarre body structure. It had survived unchanged in the deep sea for tens of millions of years. Its discovery shocked challenged the scientific world and redefined what we consider extinct. Number 2. Victorian grassland earless dragon. Once widespread in the native grasslands of Victoria, Australia, this small lizard was last seen in 1969. Extensive surveys failed to locate any new individuals, and the species was thought to have quietly disappeared due to habitat destruction and predation. In 2023, researchers discovered a population of 16 individuals near Melbourne, marking the first confirmed sighting in more than 50 years. Efforts are now underway to protect and breed this critically endangered dragon, with hopes of restoring its population in protected reserves. Number 1. Attenborough's Long-Beaked Echidna. Named after the legendary Sir David Attenborough, this rare species of echidna had not been seen since 1961. It lives in the Cyclops Mountains of Indonesia, a remote and rugged region that few scientists have explored. For decades, it was presumed extinct. But in 2023, a camera trap finally captured photographic evidence of a living Attenborough's Long-Beaked Echidna. With its long snout and spiny body, it is one of the strangest mammals on Earth. It also lays eggs, despite being a mammal, making it part of the incredibly rare monotreme group. This rediscovery not only stunned scientists, but also reminded the world that even in the 21st century, Earth still holds secrets, hidden in dense jungles, deep oceans, and forgotten valleys. These animals prove that extinction isn't always the end. Nature is resilient, and sometimes what we thought was lost forever is simply waiting to be rediscovered.